Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. Cody Rhodes confirms his AEW departure. Tony Khan issues a statement. Today, Cody Rhodes has announced that he and Brandi Rhodes are officially leaving AEW. The former three-time TNT champion has been working as a free agent since the start of the year. However, the two parties have not been able to come to terms on a new contract. Because of that, his time with the company has come to an end. Cody Rhodes released a lengthy statement addressing the situation on Twitter. During that, he took the time to thank Tony Khan. He also gave nods to many members of the AEW roster. Quote, "I have loved my time at AEW. Amazing locker room, amazing fans, amazing people. The revolution was indeed televised and I've been incredibly lucky to be a part of that. First, I want to thank Tony Khan. He's taken the baton and run with it, and it was an honor to work for him and to know him on a personal level. He's a beautiful soul. Obviously, need to thank my incredible wife and the mother of my baby girl Brandi for all of her love and support throughout this journey together and the amazing relationships she fostered with Culture City and the American Heart Association. I also need to thank Nick and Matt Jackson. These two, whether they know it or not, took an undesired and not confident little cub and gifted me the confidence to become the leader of the pack. Kenneth Omega, Chris Jericho, Chicken, we started the fire. I must thank Tim with Keith Mitchell and Greg W. and the amazing production crew who understood and captured the vision with such grace. I can't name everybody, but thank you to Mega, Margaret, Harrington, Jeff Jones, Dana, Tony Schiavone, Byrne, Raph, and the hardest worker in the game, QT Marshall, for propping me up and kicking me in the ass when I was running on fumes. I must thank all my kiddos, MJF, Jade, Sammy, Darby, Lee, Ricky, Tom, The Guns, Brock, Velvet, Nyla, Aubrey, Turner, Vanilla, Solo, Spears, Julia, Anna, Will, Wardlow, Sunny, Fuego 1, and of course Negative 1. While we're at it, give Jade the Codyvator. Also need to take a moment to thank the great partners at Warner Media, including Brett, Sam, and the rest of the team. I have so many milestones and beautiful memories of this renaissance. Through sweat, blood, tears, literal fire, and all of that, I left it all on the mat. Everything pales in comparison to the final contribution I was empowered to lead at the company, the community outreach team. In the most inward moments, your outward behavior and your ability to take fame/influence and do something of value for the communities you visit, whether the cameras are on or off, is the highest honor. I am confident Amanda Huber will lead the department with style. I'm so proud of my creations and contributions and the items I supported or collaborated on with such wonderful professionals." Following Cody Rhodes' statement, AEW President Tony Khan also commented on the news. He took the time to thank both Cody and Brandi for their work within the company, not just for their in-ring runs, but also what they have done with the community outreach program. Quote, "Cody and Brandi Rhodes were integral to the launch of All Elite Wrestling. Cody's ability combined with his boldness and his passion for our industry and his love for community outreach helped AEW deliver on our mission to give fans what they needed for far too long, something new, innovative and lasting. Brandi helped us shape the AEW story and I appreciate how hard she fought for us both in the ring and out of the ring, competing in the women's division while advancing our efforts at inclusion and civic causes, including great partnerships with Culture City and the American Heart Association. I have immense respect and appreciation for Cody and Brandi, and I wish them both the best as they move on from AEW. Thank you, Cody and Brandi." It is currently unknown what is next for Cody Rhodes. However, it was reported earlier today on the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that there was talk backstage at Raw this week about him returning to the company. Stone Cold Steve Austin to wrestle a match at WrestleMania 38? WWE Hall of Famer Steve Austin is reportedly being discussed for a potential in-ring return at WrestleMania 38. A new report from Fightful Select notes that WWE has made a significant overture towards Austin for a match at WrestleMania 38. There's no word on if Austin is interested in wrestling his first match in almost 20 years, but WWE is hoping he will come out of retirement for the grandest stage of them all in his home state, Word from within WWE is that at the very least, most expect Austin will have some sort of physical role at WrestleMania, but some do believe he will wrestle a match. It was reported a few months back that WWE wanted Austin to appear for some sort of role at WrestleMania in Texas, but now they want him to come out of retirement. There's no word on a potential WrestleMania opponent for Austin or if any real progress has been made. Last night's Raw featured a promo from Kevin Owens, who insulted the people of Texas when talking about how he's glad he won't have to wrestle a match at WrestleMania. Owens, who uses the Stone Cold Stunner, immediately fueled social media speculation on some sort of WrestleMania angle with Austin after the promo on Raw. Austin has not wrestled since his loss to The Rock at WrestleMania 19 in 2003, but he has made several appearances since then. He was forced to retire from in-ring competition due to a serious neck injury and multiple knee injuries. In an update, PW Insider reports that WWE first reached out to Austin in late December or early January to gauge his interest in doing something at WrestleMania 38. WWE reportedly pitched the idea of having Austin return to the ring for one night only and compete in his home state of Texas as a one-time send-off in front of a massive crowd. There was also the idea that Austin's involvement would help boost WrestleMania ticket sales. It was noted in the weeks that have followed WWE reaching out, there has been zero confirmation within WWE that Austin has agreed to physically wrestle on the grandest stage of them all. We noted before that WWE has discussed Austin having some sort of role at WrestleMania 38 going back several months, and PW Insider confirms that WWE has always planned and intended for Stone Cold to be part of the show in some fashion, even if he doesn't wrestle. The talk of Austin possibly doing something physical at WrestleMania started making the rounds among some sources in early January, according to PW Insider, but it was described by one source as a quote Hail Mary idea, and it wasn't clear if anything would pan out beyond the idea being tossed to Austin. The same source in early January hoped that an Austin return storyline would kick off at the Royal Rumble in late January, but that obviously did not happen. It was also noted that as of today, Austin still has not committed to wrestling. The current Kevin Owens vs Texas storyline has led to more speculation and rumors on Austin possibly doing something with Owens at WrestleMania 38, especially given how Owens uses the Stone Cold Stunner as a finisher these days. That storyline pushed forward on Raw last night, but there's no word on where they are headed with it. Josh Alexander announces end of Impact contract and work visa. Josh Alexander is now a free agent. He is also in a tough spot as his US work visa has expired. In a tweet announcing the news, Josh Alexander revealed his lack of a US work visa is forcing him to cancel dates with Terminus Wrestling and AML Wrestling later this month. He noted he hopes to get the situation in order soon. Quote, "Today my contract expired and subsequently also my US work visa," Alexander tweeted. "Unfortunately, as a consequence, I will not be able to honor my commitments to both Terminus and AML Wrestling later this month. I am disappointed and I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll have everything in order soon." Josh Alexander last appeared on this past week's episode of Impact Wrestling, where he defeated former WWE star Connor under the name Con. Later in the episode, he was removed from an upcoming Team Impact vs Honor No More multi-man match at No Surrender in an apparent write-off of Alexander from Impact programming. Josh Alexander signed a 3-year deal with Impact Wrestling in February 2019 and initially found success as a tag team wrestler with current AEW star Ethan Page as a member of the team The North. The duo would win the Impact World Tag Team Championships twice before Page departed for AEW in early 2021. Transitioning into singles competition, Alexander won the Impact X Division Championship and the Impact World Heavyweight Championship in 2021, though the latter reign lasted for just moments before he lost the title to Moose. He was named Impact Wrestling's Wrestler of the Year for 2021. There is no word on Josh Alexander's last move. 2 weeks ago on AEW Dynamite, Alexander was mentioned on Dynamite when Cody Rhodes suggested that AEW should have signed Alexander instead of Ethan Page. So what are your thoughts on the stories covered in today's Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.